I represent Otoo, one of the nominees for Ghana Teacher Prize 2021. I teach at Nominee Secondary School, and I'm in my 13th year in this school. Before coming to this school, I taught at Abuesi MA Primary School after college, and then I also taught at Otoo GHS in secondary. Apart from the performance of students, one of my students that I train as in terms of sports, called Linda Ishen, has grown up and lived to become the number 2 of Ghana Black Medals. In both schools, they used to call me Prof because in Abu Esi Primary, whenever any teacher is absent or sick, I am the only teacher who will be called upon by the head to go and handle that class in addition to mine. So I have handled class 1, class 2, class up to P6. When it comes to Otoo GHS, to the same. I handle science, maths, fancy, and agricultural science. From Otoo GHS, I was given the study leave with pay to study art education in the University of Education, Winnipeg, where I obtained degree in art education. From there, I was posted to Winnipeg Secondary School. I started as a subject teacher, and by the grace of God, I was elected as the department secretary for the art department. And I was elevated once again to the head of department sectors. Through these times, I've worked very hard as a teacher, ensuring that my students get the best out of me, using different and employing different strategies, most especially expository learning, because I believe students have a lot within them, and therefore you should be able to push them, be able to guide them, be able to facilitate them, be able to come out, be able to help them come out of themselves. And because of this, I don't just go to class to go and rattle to the students, but I help them and facilitate them to bring out what they have already, and then also facilitate them and then guide them to get it well confirmed with them. In terms of practicals, I just teach my students how the process is, and then I give them the opportunity to be creative, so that each and every one of them will use the process or the step-by-step process or methodology of producing something to produce their own artworks. And therefore, there is creativity among my students who's happening. And I can tell to the glory of God that for the past 12 years that I've been in this school, no student have failed any subject that I teach. I teach ceramics and I teach general knowledge in arts. And whichever subject that I handle, no student failed. Not even one failed during WASI. And because of this, my department was even adjudged the best department, and I was adjudged the best head of department in Winnipeg Secondary School in the year 2019 during the 70th anniversary of the school. That's not all. I act also as a counselor to my students and even the students in the school. Those who have some deviant behaviors, I take them as my children, and I also guide them. Help them, and assist them to come out of themselves and then to produce. I also train them with entrepreneurial skills, because our area is a vocation. Say that if they even leave Winnipeg Secondary School and they know they are not even continue their education, they should be able to set up themselves with their vocation, then get something out of it as entrepreneurs. I was just a member of National Association of Graduate Teachers, and due to my commitment, hard work, I was elected as the Zonal Secretary for Winnipeg Zone for a good 2 terms, that is 8 years. And because my work and achievement and proactiveness was accepted by members of the association, I was then given the chance as a zonal chairman for NAGRAT. Being a NAGRAT officer, Throughout the whole Ghana, I Otoo, with my officers, engineered the establishment of zonal offices for NAGRAT. With that one, we started with our own resources, and later on, the association bought into the idea, and now you can have NAGRAT zonal offices throughout Ghana. I do not affect only the student in my school, that's Winneba Secondary School, but I basically indirectly affect almost every student in the 3 municipalities with my leadership role that I use to help the teachers in NAGRAT to really know their ups and downs through our various seminars that we organize to make them better teachers. And to the glory of God, there has not been any inter-school competition that we have attended that we have not been played first. In terms of exhibition and an art competition where I am directly in charge, we are always first. Winneba Secondary School is always first in the zonal competitions. And by the grace of God, we have gone through it. We are going to region, and we have even represented Central Region at the national competition. And because of this achievement and others, due to my commitment and proactiveness to the GS cultural activities, whenever we're going to have regional or zonal cultural competitions, it's my duty to go to every district to go and train the teachers on how to set up their art items or the rubrics concerning the art competition in terms of art exhibition, still life and figure drawings, and then construction and assemblage. But still in Winneba Secondary School, I've been able to establish Hall of Fame or a museum where achievements of the school are all kept and well arranged in order for visitors to come and have a look at, or in order to preserve the creative activities or creative product that the students and staff produce at the museum or the Hall of Fame. I also assist the community as a farmer. Though I've never been a farmer throughout my entire life, but being in secondary school, I realized we have a vast land in the school, which outsiders from the community are farming there. So I also took the opportunity and then the challenge to venture into farming. And I started with just 4 fowls. And by the grace of God, now I have more than 2,000 birds. And I'm also into vegetable production. I'm into goat rearing. I'm into rabbit rearing. I'm into vegetable farming. All of these things are my innovations. And then I have workers who are working for me when I'm in school working. Weekends or after school, I can come and then check up on them. They make sure that things are in order. And because of that, the community also, during the year 2017, I was awarded the best livestock farmer in the municipality. That's the Otoo municipality. And just last year, the year 2020, I was also awarded the overall best farmer, second runner-up in the Otoo municipality. I'm someone who is able to do I'm a multifunction person. And when I do it my duties or role that are assigned to me to, I do it with commitment and make sure that there is a good result. That's how come I do all of this thing together, but my students are getting 100% every year. I'm getting awards in the community, I am getting awards in the school, and I'm elevated everywhere that I go. Because of this, I believe I should be considered to be given the Best Teacher Award in this year, 2021. Thank you.